digital walkarounds are one way that you can keep students engaged while we're virtual. They're kind of like the classroom walkarounds, except they're on the computer. So the first thing you want to do is you want to open your slides and you're going to pick a shape. And I like to use either the rectangle or the rounded rectangle. Sometimes I use a square, but typically for math, the rectangles work better. So I'm going to make my shape as big as I want. Then I'm going to change the fill color. And I'd like for all my shapes to be the same size. So I'm going to Control-C, Control-V, then paste my next one. I'm going to do this for all the ones that I would like. And I'm not worried about if it's centered on the slide, because once I have them and I want 4 going across, I can drag over them and now I can move them all. So then to make them equal, so I don't have to guess for each row, I just Control-C, Control-V, and it will copy the whole row. And so I could repeat this process over and over and over again until I get all the ones I want. And I've done that right here. So then I start entering my math. So I'm doing literal equations. So I've entered some literal equations. This is my answer board. So I would put all my answers on here. And then these are all my question slides. So for a question slide, what you're going to want to do, you put your question, and I use Equatio to make these. I think it looks nice. It's an extension you can get. It's free. Then I use the same shape from my board, and I wrote answer board. So for this part, I went up and I clicked on link, and I linked it to slide 2. And once I did that, I copied it so that I didn't have to do this multiple times. I copied this slide 15 times, and then I filled in my equations. So now every time they answer the question, they click this, it will take them back to the board. So the next step is to link the answers to the next question. So I want them to be redirected based on their answers. So the answer to the first question is this one right here. I don't want this to redirect them to the question they just did. I want it to direct them to the next question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the same shape. So Control-C, Control-V, and then it's okay. It's going to make my math disappear for a minute. I want to link this. So this is the answer to slide 3. So I'm going to link it to the next slide, which is slide 4. And then once I do that, I don't want the students to be able to see it. So I make the border transparent, the fill transparent. So now when they click on this, it's going to take them to slide 4. And I would repeat this process. So this one is the answer to slide 4. So I'm going to cover it up, and I'm going to link this to slide 5. And then I'm going to make the border transparent, the fill transparent. And then the only tricky one is when you get down to the answer to slide 18, that answer is what you're going to link to slide 3. That way, no matter where they start, they'll be linked all the way around. So once you have made this, then you just need to give it to your students. Make sure that you give it to your students in presentation mode without the arrows. If you're not sure how to do that, you can check out my video on how to share it. But I hope this helps you make a digital walk around.